Wait a minute. That's not what it's like to work here. That recruiting video's just a hunk of shit.
Morning, guys. What's going on? Gonna give it a little bit of time for everybody to get up and running. Try and get everything set and stable across the channel right now. All right, let's see. Just gonna double check some of the configurations and setups that we got this morning. Make sure that we are gonna have a stable show. It was a little crazy first thing this morning. I had a couple of quick log offs that were driving me nuts. But good morning, Jelly. Glad to see you back and around. So, how was your day yesterday, man? I didn't get a chance to get in and really chat and BS with anybody. Not a whole lot, anyway. I mean, I ended up having to hold the stream off to the side because of some phone calls and some studying and things like that I had to do. You totally didn't murder Chad and War Medic. Okay. So I think that's a story that I'm probably going to have to sit and listen to. Um, because I'm sure there's a secondary side of that story that I might want to ask about. I mean, hypothetically, if I asked that question from another direction and said, if you were in Chad or War Medic's shoes, would they consider it that you totally murdered them? Good morning, Solza. How you doing, buddy? Or I believe it's what, afternoon where you're at this point? Anderson, I don't think you missed anything. I'm just giving Jelly a hard time because the first thing he said this morning was, when I asked him how yesterday went, he said it was good, but he totally didn't murder Chad or War Medic. So I assume that there was probably a whole lot more to that story. So this morning, I mean, obviously it's July 1st, right? So we've got a brand new ship that is out for people who are subscribing, and it is one of those scenarios where um, it's gonna be a potential problem for large trade ships unless they're running escorts, unless they have people that are with them. So the solo trader in the verse is going to find it to be an absolute pain in the butt to try and get any trading done whatsoever because they're constantly going to be marked as a target. Um, People are claiming that they still have the carrot kicking. Well, that's interesting. Because as of today, it was supposed to just, be swapped out, and you know, uh, that little interdictor ship that thing is just going to be a pain in the butt. So it's moved to Friday. Okay, fair enough. Um, I'll tell you what. Honestly, I had still planned on today being a let's figure it out about what people can do without having to risk an absolute crap ton. And since typically Tuesdays and Wednesdays are notated for newer trades, there's a couple of things that I wanted to run around and test out this morning on stream. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a claim in here against my freelancer. Not gonna run the Caterpillar today since it is you know one of the larger ships, and this is kind of dedicated to more new people on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So we'll hang out, let that particular one expedite, and run through for a few minutes. Good morning, Red Dragon. Glad to see you back. And Chad, I can already see it. You kind of got that mischievous thought process running first thing this morning. So this ought to be interesting. Morning, Shylock. How's it going? Feel free, lurk all you want until you find. Actually, I think it's until you consume mass quantities of coffee is when the lurking will end. Uh, all right. So I also wanted to make sure that you can stop lurking before, but it won't. When is anybody in this chat nice, Shylock? That's not how it works. I'm just gonna see how long Red Dragon and Khakis kind of get after it for a little bit. But ultimately, I figured that this little routine here will be a good way for new pilots to also have a couple of different trade routes that they can run that are not long trade routes and still have access to their freelancer. So that's really what today's goal is. I'm not going to be doing long runs. I'm going to be making sure that this short one works out, getting some time studies in, and the whole 9 yards as well. Let's see. So my buddy ended up going camping. He's back tonight. Figured we'd come to a consensus tonight. All right. That's a good thing. Again, let us know, Shylock, whether you and he decide that you're going to run a solo cat and get a little bit of funds that way in order to be able to buy a secondary ship. If not, and you guys end up doing the dual prospectors, by all means. Not your sport, Hoss. All right. Hot dancers and booze. All right. Now, I'm okay with the with the booze, but if you're gonna spend that kind of money, you got to make sure that it's midget pole dancers. If you're not spending your 4.6 million on midget pole dancers, you're doing this wrong, Shylock. All right, let's see if we're good to go yet. Oh, and Anderson, you're not a criminal there, so I know you don't have personal experience running drugs yet. Yes. The best midget pole dancers do come from the next system over. You got me there. I'll have to concede that one, Shylock. For somebody that's gonna stumble onto the stream, it's gonna be absolutely horrible when the first thing they're seeing on chat back and forth is two people getting after calling each other euphemisms for friend, and a long discussion about midget pole dancers coming from the other or from another system. So yeah, hopefully we'll just say that entertains a few people long enough to stick around. Alright, so the first one, and I've only kind of messed around here with doing some quick research. So the first one that I want to get after here is actually over here on Daymar. So I'm going to go ahead and start that jump, and I'm going to grab my my trade commodities here, right? And the first one that I wanted to come across or had taken a look at is obviously, you're going through for probably the best profits you can for the shortest time frame that you're looking at. The mods shouldn't be holding your message. Hold on. Let me see. I'll allow it. I don't have a mod message on. Mod message hold on, so that's kind of a weird thing. Alright. Anyway, so distilled spirits, right? first and foremost, we all know that we love to run distilled spirits at different places and do different things. But to get off the beaten path and make this happen, Mike went soft on me. Midget pole dancers don't put out. Midget hookers, on the other hand, well, they're just the right size. I mean, yeah, they don't even have to kneel down to handle business. That's a great kind of segue there, khakis. All right. Anyway, let's get right back over to it. So distilled spirits. So what I wanted to do is take a look at where I could go in system to make something happen. And even though it's probably not the greatest profit ever, Daymar out at Bountiful Harvest, you can still make a jump directly on planet, so less than 5 minutes to land, load, lift off, approach, and sell again. So you're probably talking about a 10-minute cycle to be able to pull this off. And you can take it to the Shubin mining facility. So that was the first one that I wanted to run to see what you could do and what it's going to run and cost in a freelancer to make this happen. So there's Shubin. Bountiful Harvest. Now, with what's going on with commodities right now and the prices that we're seeing at the terminals, I still expect the purchase price to be at its floor. So I want to say it's like 4.06 AUEC, and it should be selling at its max, so the 5.56. And if that's the case, my estimate here is somewhere close to about 10K worth of profit for that short of a run. So Monday's challenge that I did is what kind of brought me into taking a look at some of these options. And then I kind of had this, if you want to call it curiosity, about whether or not I can make this work. But I didn't want to use it for Monday's challenge. I wanted to be able to try and accomplish that as handcuffed as possible. So that's the reason why I didn't mess with the freelancer. But right now, obviously, with the freelancer access that most people have, I'm going to advocate to somebody who's new or wanting to get into trading to go ahead and try out a couple of these routes. You know, I'll end up taking the information, putting it together from what the actuals were here, and you know, we'll put it up on the Discord site so that people have access to it. Anything, anywhere. Laranite, drugs, medical supplies, doesn't matter. I just love trading. Code of ethics. Now, code of ethics in-game versus code of ethics out of game. Yeah, so in-game, money's money, bitches. Out of game, nah, let's just have some, well, you know, let's not go to jail. Alright, so Geek Boy. I am at Daymar, and I am headed, so it's in Crusader, but I'm at Daymar, and I am headed over to Bountiful Harvest. Now, did I totally fly past my location while I was in third-person view? I believe I did. Yep, surely did. Let's get back there. Alright, so again, these are meant to be off the beaten path, little trade routes that you can make a quick buck at, that hopefully you don't have to worry about you know, any type of interdiction or attacks that will take place. You know, so you have a few options to run around with as of Friday. Now, none of this is intended for really, really large ships. Okay, these little hop, skips, and jumps routines are mostly intended for smaller trading vessels. Brigand sits on his high horse with Xanotorp's traders from the stealth. Gina Montana. Let's see. Have a challenge idea. Do all the mission givers. Dude, you seriously just want to see me do that one routine. Trying not to get into that one. And to be honest, I don't know if I can do all the missions. I mean, certain ones that you do, you actually lock out others. You were cleaning and it went off. Yeah, okay. Chad, is that your excuse when your wife catches you in the shower? You were cleaning it and it went off? Alright, so distilled spirits. Let's go ahead. It is the 4.06, so even though it does show differently over on Gallig, I believe. Yep. So it's still minimizing the purchase price, which is great. So 26,731. So that's the starting capital that you would have in order to be able to run this trade. Which that's not too bad. You can earn that up 26,000. You could earn that up within, you know, even like what I was doing, man. That was you can earn that up pretty dang quick. I think it was a little over an hour and a half before we hit that kind of pay rate. But that was not doing missions either. That was only doing a couple of quick escorts. Just like my head was unintentionally vandalized last night. Right, Jelly? Ah, okay. Here comes the story. This is what I was waiting for. Here's the alternate point of view. So, Chad, please do tell. Jelly was very adamant this morning, first thing, to say he totally did not kill you yesterday. So, or murder you, should I say. Alright, so 9:24 was when I stepped in to go ahead and load everything. So I'm going to do a quick little time study at the same time. It was self-defense. Why am I not buying it? Why am I not buying self-defense? Alright, so Shubin Mining Facility is where we should be heading for. Get a quick jump over there. While that's happening, let me look back up over here at chat. So I'm only new to Star Citizen. What does a database wipe and how long term persistent mean exactly? Alright, so Geek Boy. Technically, ships and money and equipment are supposed to, in general, be on long-term persistence, which means that they're backing up the database that houses all players' information. They do it at least once, if not twice a week. So it's kind of like a database save file, okay, of everything that's going on in the system. So what happens is they will do a wipe and clean out all of those files, usually on a upgrade or patch. Okay. Now, for the last few patches, what they've been doing is attempting to not do it. They try and leave those minor patches to where the database is as stable as it is. You carry forward all of your stuff. Now, they do reserve the right every single time they drop a patch in order to be able to do it, and kind of reset the playing field for everyone down to only what you had in your hangar as a purchased package. Okay? So that's really what it is. It's just a wipe of the system, and it takes everything to out of your account other than what you have initially started off with, or what you've bought from the website. Now, as far as 3.10 is concerned, we usually don't know if there's going to be an official wipe until about 2 to 3 days before they drop the patch. The forums will always speculate because people will panic and say that they're going to do it. So, right now, your guess is as good as mine if they're going to do it. Which, truthfully, puts everything that's bought in-game at risk. Alright, and where is Xano at this point? Because, you know, he's the one that always comments on my landing skills. So there you go. Xano, if you ever come back and watch, there is a nice smooth landing for you, and I hope you're happy. Uh, 310, you'll be able to transport midget pole dancers. Dude, I really hope so. That will be my only cargo that I will ever run for the rest of my experience within Star Citizen, is transporting midget pole dancers. That will be it. I mean, I'm good at that point. No, Geek Boy, there's really not much of a priority there. You know, unfortunately, it's random. So, like, Chad lost certain things the last database reset that they did. I lost certain things, and they seem to be opposites. Like, Chad had certain gear left over, and I lost all my armor and gear. I had ships. I think Chad lost a few ships. I lost all my funds, and Chad lost all his funds. But there were people that were saying that they had their funds but lost all their ships. So it's really kind of a crapshoot of what happens when they do your particular database wipe and reset. Yeah, and then there's Jelly. Jelly just doesn't lose anything. See? Hold on. Why are we not? Okay, I'm going to have to leave the zone and come back in. Server's not registering me yet here at this location. So that's going to take it just a little bit longer. I mean, if that were to have held and we were to have been able to sell right then and there, I'm looking at 6 minutes. That would not be a bad turnaround time for approximately 10K worth of profit. Alright, so Geek Boy, and yes, that's, I get that, and it'll hurt when it happens. I mean, Chad and I kind of took that as a challenge. I'm going to fly out of the Armistice Zone and come back in real quick, by the way. Chad and I kind of took that as a challenge right after it happened last time, and we just took my Caterpillar that I still had, and we started running real cheap commodities, after going out and earning a couple of bucks between the two of us. And we were able to get our money back really, really quickly doing that. So I don't fear the resets anymore, just because I know that it kind of gives you another goal to work for. Now, what I would really hope that the model becomes is that with the minor patches, they don't do anything but only have people with their personal accounts, if they have an issue, they have to do a character reset, right? So let's say like a 391 to a 310. If they don't do any database wipes or anything like that, they only do a, they go through and they clean up exploited people who did exploits, but hopefully they would not do any wipes against the general population. If somebody has a problem, they do a character reset. But with major patches, like they go from, let's say, 3.11 to a 4.0, right? Let's say that's what happens. But with major content patches like that, that is where I would fully say, you know what, wipe the database, get everybody clean, start them all over again. And I would not have any problems with that. We're going to go talk to Bob. Bob doesn't want to let me talk to him. Terminal may work, may not work. We'll see. Alright, Bob. You're killing me here, brother. Yeah, Geek Boy, it did. The Laranite flow, it made a lot of people rich. But, again, I don't know if that was Sig's way of doing a quick, minor patch over just in order to be able to ensure that everybody running around with Carracks didn't completely destroy the trade for the month. Let's get back on our audio channel here. Geek Boy, I'll tell you what, man, it'll happen. Due diligence of grinding, and it will happen. I mean, I don't know, were you here the other day on Monday when I did the challenge? Because the process works. Okay. It did. It had destroyed it in the beginning because you couldn't sell anything. Prices were all wonky. We had a bunch of issues. See, it's not letting me talk to Bob. What the hell? This might just be a server issue. Yeah, I'm having all kinds of troubles right now on the server. And this is even the EU server, so I'm not happy about it. Okay. Alright, so Geek Boy. What is the largest ship you currently have in your fleet? The Free Freelancer. Okay. Alright. So, well worth the investment, and I'm not a fan of the ship per se to personally fly it, but for what it can do, if you're talking about doing a little bit larger trades, you can rent yourself a Connie, or Constellation, for about 70K, alright? And I know that sounds like it's taking money out of your pocket. Try and go reset this again. But what'll happen is the extra 30 SCU that it has above and beyond will make up within a matter of like 1 or 2 cargo runs. Okay, the price of what you rented that ship for. So what you do is go ahead and go rent yourself a Connie and use that to trade out of. Rent it for a 24-hour period at a point in time where you can spend quite a few hours running it. And it'll make you a crap ton of money. So although a cat is 4.68, I would strongly suggest that you get to about 5.68, so you have about 1 million in credits left over before you go make the purchase. That way you can immediately jump into running things like Diamond and Titanium and still make really solid funds. Or heck, for that matter, you could run astatine, and you'll end up making quite a bit though. Jelly, you are correct. Watch out for pirates though. They are spreading, and this month's ship, I mean, is probably going to cause a lot of grief. There will be griefing going on. So, it is what it is. This time he's talking. Now maybe the terminal will work. I mean, yeah, if it works for you, Geek Boy, feel free to go ahead and do it. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. Just in standard trading, you can go from a small ship to a large ship using the rental system and still make plenty of money in order to be able to rent or to get to your goal. You don't have to own the ships, is what I'm getting at, in order to be able to make it and make it work for you. All right, so 556. Yep, that is the best selling price, which means when I sell this, 36,630. Okay. So at 36,630, I made 9,899 credits in profit. So just shy of 10K. And if we weren't having the terminal bug, that would be 6 minutes. 6 minutes to run that. So definitely a viable trade within a freelancer, and you only have to have just around 27,000 to make the trade work. So 6 minutes worth of risk, 27,000 investment. Not too bad. You're making a really hefty profit margin at that point. Yep. Thank you, Chad. Thank you for mentioning that. So yeah, guys, anybody that's on and watching, if you drop down and join the Discord, there is a group of people that are on pretty much every day or every night, and most of us have Caterpillars, most of us will hire pilots and want to do and test trade routes and other things like that. So, you know, I myself tend to personally, run one extra trade route every single time with somebody and give them the profit behind that entire trade route. So it's a good way to make, a couple $100K to potentially up to $1 million with about an hour's worth of work. So you guys ever want to get involved in some of that, jump over into the Discord and we'll help you out. We'll get you squared away. Alright, so the next one that I wanted to go and check out to try and see whether or not it's decent at all. There's two of them, and both of them are over on Yila, so that's going to be where we are heading to now, is heading over to Yila. And we'll probably kind of rinse and repeat this whole new thing. So, Lee606, thank you for the subscription, buddy. I really do appreciate it. Over on YouTube. Alright, so the first one we're going to check is ArcCorp Mining 157. We're going to head there. There's two different routes that originate from this location. Two different quick ones. And I know which one personally is probably going to make the most money. But we're going to go ahead and try both of them just for complete testing's sake. But we always seem to end up at a hacking station for our crime stats, mainly due to our incompetence. Jelly, I start that way. Yep, Jelly tends to start with a crime stat, but he's a good guy. He's a great guy to run with. He'll help you out a lot. Chad's an awesome guy to run with. He'll help you out a lot. You know, I can't say enough about the community that we're starting to build. So Anderson's always on. He's always willing to help people. You know, Xano, he'll jump in and help people out. You know, we've got, you know, Ralgoth and War Medic, and all you got to do is just ask. And most of these people will jump into missions with you, you know, and try and help you out as much as possible. I'm a little bit more intermittent during the evenings because most of the times that's when my wife's home and I want to be able to enjoy it and have some time with her and watch some movies. So, you know, that's one that I do tend to limit my nighttime gameplay. And Crystal, by the way, you're welcome. And again, congratulations. I'm glad that you were able to be the winner, and that since you had it from Free Flight Week, that you know, you had the account from Free Flight Week, that you were actually now able to get into the game and permanently be able to play. So again, feel free to join us on Discord whenever we're on Discord, and you can hop in and we'll teach you some more ropes of the game there. Well, Red Dragon, you are one of our main donators to the channel, and you've given us wonderful content, including a challenge, including a chicken suit dance, the whole 9 yards, and I think you're an outstanding dude. I never see you in game, man. I never see you in game. But I will say this, Red, you are a great contributor to the channel, and you've given everybody many, many hours of entertainment, should I say. The guys from my channel, they were unaware of said chicken dance until last night when we were having that conversation. Let's just say we wrapped up stream around 9:30 with last night's RPG, and we were on till 11:30 with them giving me absolute shit the entire time. It was fantastic. I'm totally expecting, you know, our Facebook page, or the Tabletop Nerdcast Facebook page, as well as Twitter accounts and a few others, to start having some video clips of that little ordeal. Yep. Now, Red Dragon, I got a challenge for you though, and this is more of a personal challenge for me. Is I want to see if now, not on stream, by the way. I want to see about having you teach me to day trade. What I should be looking for, what I should be doing there. I know you're in and working the market every single day, so you've got a very unique perspective on that. We need a frustrated Mike with a 30K letters on top of for emoticon design. No, actually, we probably need to take the 30K sign that you have right there and put it on top of one of the chicken memes, and then we'll turn that into a emoticon. You already made a 30K emoticon with the chicken suit, the Lord Cluck suit. Okay. All right. I'll go back and check it out. I'm not sure. Face palming with a blue icon. All right.
I think you're confused.
Whatever. That was the wrong button, but you still talk to me, so we're good here. All right. So, newbie trade set number 2. Obviously, there is astatine here, and I could go for astatine. That will be on our second route. Okay. And but for right now, when you're talking about someone who's early on in the game, doesn't have a whole lot of funds, this is what I'm looking for. So, let's see. So at $2.35 a share, filling up is going to cost us $15,510, right? So I'm keeping track of this information so that way I can, be able to post it up over on our Discord page. Give people some other trade routes or new trade routes for newbies in the game. And Xano, I didn't say good morning, so welcome. Good morning. That was kind of rude of me. I was kind of in the middle of a couple of other conversations and thought processes there. So, again, good morning. Welcome back. Okay, so Chad, as much as I absolutely think that is a fantastic statement that you just made, I think that is way too close, and you could probably read that the wrong way. I'm not going for a 100% politically correct here, but my God, that was pushing it. All right, again, so 9:49 is what I am seeing as the time-wise, and let's see what happens. This should be, again, like a 6-minute turnaround time. And where I'm planning on going is Deacon's Research Facility. All right, Red Dragon, truth is both of us are from the military, and I'll be honest with you, not a single one of us has a racist bone in our body. We've had so many brothers of all colors that we've served with that it is what it is. A lot of our closest friends are of all different races, creeds, colors, and religions. Oh, I know you are, dude. I know you are. You're just giving Chad a hard time, and I know he didn't realize it when he typed it, but that was a pretty good one there. I know where he was going with it. Damn snowflakes. Alright, so again, this statement's going to come out very, very wrong, but it is in response to Chad's damn snowflakes routine. Chad, am I a snowflake because I'm white and unique and individual? Is that what it is? I'm a damn snowflake? You just reposted it again on Discord. Okay. So that's flying slow enough. Let me jump over here on Discord really quickly. Pull it on down here. Come on, Discord, seriously? Pull that on down here, and... Alright. I will load it this evening. It will be available this evening. I'm a snowflake because I'm a patsy. Dude, you've seen me shooting. You know that's not the case. Anyway, it is all good. You just think I'm a snowflake because I wasn't a Marine. That's what it is. And it's Pansy, not Patsy. Pasty. Motherfucker. Okay. What the hell just happened there? I wasn't even touching the keyboard. It just fell out of the freaking sky. Alright, that's it. I'm done. Here it is. Old man Mike. There we go. Let's get him on. Well, alright. So, you guys hadn't seen it yet, but like I said, I did rearrange the studio a bit here so that I could see a few more things. And, I seem smarter now for some reason. Thanks. I'm good. So you were saying before, just a straight up dumbass, right? What I don't want to have happen is I don't want to have like the lights and stuff that are in here reflecting off of my glasses while it's hitting the computer screen. But yeah, I do. I have that old man, the old man vision going on where I got to put my readers on from occasion. Plus 10 intelligence from equipment. Thanks, guys. So much. I feel the love. I really do. Alright, so we are at 5 minutes in this particular trip, right? And again, terminal sync issues. So, we're going to have to run back out, synchronize again, see if we can get this to work. Oh, I get it. So I'm a dumbass without him and a moron. Okay, so I'm a dumbass with him and a moron without him. Alright, got it. Where are my crayons? Chad, I love you, brother. At least you have a really good sense of humor. That's why I like hanging out with you. Oh yeah, and I meant to show you guys why I'm waiting for this here, because I'm going to try this one first. I mean, obviously I'm not rushing any kind of time frame here. So, I did do a little rearrangement of the studio area. So I'm going to grab my webcam here and kind of show you guys what I ended up doing. So bear with me, right? So I have my gaming rig that I'm sitting on right now. As you can see, I'm just going to kind of pan. I keep a laptop sitting to the side where I check the stream health. But I moved an old LCD TV in here, just sitting just above the screen. So instead of having to look off to the right from now on, I'm able to look directly up. So you can see that's where I kind of keep the chat log for everybody to be able to see, and you know, where I can see what's going on. So other than that, obviously I have my crafting station sitting over here, and the green screen sitting behind me with some bookshelves. Hopefully that's lined back up again and we don't get any kind of weirdness going on. Well, yeah, so it was an old LCD TV that I had sitting in my upstairs living room. It was for the kids, and they just stopped watching TV and just basically went on to the streaming kick like most people. So I dropped the cable box, and the TV hadn't gotten used in 6 months, and I was like, you know what? It's an LCD. Let me just bring it in here and use it as a giant freaking computer monitor. Damn moderator. What did it say this time? Allow it. That new chat bot that sits there, I'm going to have to tweak that and get rid of that whole moderator BS. It's not Bob. We'll have to call you Bill. You're dressed too nice. Same voiceover. Ah, it is what it is, dude. Like the tie. It's William. It's William, sir. No, it's Richard. His name is Richard. Still no sync. Alright, we're flying out and flying back in. So, again, I'm glad that this is just kind of a testing day and we're BSing back and forth, you know, while I'm doing this and trying to find these extra trades, because for whatever reason today on this EU server set, this is just not playing nice with locations. I see you put the ball gag in your GIMP suit. Alright, I didn't even read what you had done before I told the moderator just to let it through. No ball gags and GIMP suits. I'm not that freaky. And radio silence after that one. Come on. That whole free look issue. That's one that I really hope they get fixed in 3.10. I know it's a minor quality of life thing, but I really do hope they get that fixed in 3.10. So, yeah. I don't know what the hell is going on. Like, I am off the ground when that happened. This is, this is getting annoying at this location. See, back into the armistice zone. I'm going to go ahead and land it on the pad. You know what? We'll take the small pad this time. My poor freelancer, man. This thing is getting beat the hell up at this location. Fell out of the sky on one routine, and then that one just clipped nothing. There was nothing there, you know, that high off the ground, no mountains. All right, so Shylock, let's see. Now I can read through what you said. You got the dual 27-inch 1440p's. You notice the difference. We're still using some old business class monitors, but sadly now you can see a huge difference. Yeah, so my gaming monitor that I am truly playing on is it's a 27-inch curved 144 hertz. It's not the 1440p, but it is a huge difference compared to some of my other monitors that I would normally run. But I think I had this discussion the other day. I want to say, Jelly, you were on when I had that discussion. I was playing before on some IPS color-corrected monitors. Not gaming monitors, but some just standard IPS color-corrected monitors. And there is a huge difference in the coloration and saturation on the gaming monitor, but the smoothness is fantastic. It more than makes up for it. Alright, so we can sell for $296, right? Now I can complete this out. And if we sell full cargo, we're selling for $19,470. Now, not a huge profit. But again, you're not risking an absolute ton to start this. So for a new person that doesn't have a whole lot of cash, you know, you only need $15K to start this transaction, right? And then you're going to turn around and sell it for $19,400. So by the time you get this spread and this margin done, every 5 minutes in a freelancer, you're capable of making about 4K. You never have to leave the system, and you're not really on the beaten path, so you're not going to be dealing with a whole lot of people who are truly doing a lot of pirating at this point. So 4K quick turnaround. It's not quite as good as what was happening over on Daymar, but again, this was the weaker of the two commodities on this trip. So we're going to head right back over to ArcCorp 157, still here on Yela, and then we're going to grab the Asta team and do the same routine. Which I parked way the fuck back here. Let's see if I can even get on. And there we go. So Anderson, son of a gun, right back into bed. That is one of the glitches that I have been having on this freelancer, is he just randomly climbs into bed when you walk up and activate the door. Alright, so Anderson, I did get your Discord message this morning. When I woke up, I had saw it, so what I'll say is this. You have been doing an absolute ton of farming, and if you would like to sponsor a ship giveaway this week, then I would be more than happy to do that, and we can kind of work that through and work that out. Maybe you select what ship you want to offer for an in-game purchase, and Thursday I'll do the stream and we can give that particular ship away on Thursday. Let me know if that works for you. Alright, so again, now we're running back over to 157 to do Astatine. And again, it's the same run. It comes right back to Deacons. Which, like I said, should be the most profitable version of what we can do here on Yela. And one of the things that I'd like to challenge some of the core group of members to do is, outside of Crusader, let's see if we can find something that works in ArcCorp. Let's see if we can find something that works in, in Hurston area, and try and find some other quick, off-the-beaten-path little trades that we can do without having to make system jumps. I wonder how badly, yep. Like I said, this thing got trashed. Damaged a wing, lost some weapons. Can ships and vehicles blow up in the Armistice Zone? If you crash them, absolutely. I don't know if you can if they're, shot at from a distance. I mean, I'm game for trying that out later on this evening, man. If you have time. And obviously, you're not worried about the crime stat. Get some of the longer-reaching weapons and see if we can pull that off. Or if I fly just inside the armistice zone and you're outside of it, if you can do something to me. Yeah, this ship is hurting. It's struggling to maneuver at this point. It's going to make this last couple of trades really difficult to try and process through. And I have to fly gentle, which is not something I really care to do. Cyclone under a cat's door, but it blew up last night. But we weren't in the armistice zone. Okay. Again, so Marissa is working this evening till about 7 or 8 o'clock, so I don't have any issues. I'll be able to get on and play for a few hours, you know, throughout the afternoon too, after stream is over with. So we can test some stuff out for sure. All right, Bob. See? Here's Bob. Bob? Bob, why aren't you talking to me, Bob? I'm feeling a little left out here. Let's see, watch. Probably not going to synchronize again. Oh, there it is. So Astatine, 7, right? 7 is our purchase price. So this is going to be our most expensive commodity that we are dealing with right now. Alright, and to fill up a freelancer, we're looking at 46,200. So again, this is one of those that you'll want to get to at some point in time pretty quick, but this is the one that I believe is going to make us the absolute most profit by the time it's all said and done. But between Astatine and Fluorine here, both of them are capable or purchased at Deacons. So you never have to leave Yila in order to be able to pull this off. The day when you can kill Bob can't get here soon enough. Well, so I liked the whole routine that you guys were talking about the other night where it's take down the comm relay and then, you know, no murder stats. That one I'm ready to jump in on some of that action. I try and avoid a lot of those shenanigan-based stuff so that I'm not sitting there having to try and escape from prison. Because, you know, with my luck, something's going to happen. I'm going to end up in freaking prison. And then have to go through a hour-and-a-half long routine of trying to escape, falling off of shit. So Zano got a bit too happy last time we did it. All's good, man. Everybody gets to enjoy the gameplay they want to. You just enabled him and War Medic to get in on said gameplay. Alright, so Deacons, where you at, Deacons? Let's get you locked back on again. So with any luck approaching Deacons again, this ship is not just going to fall out of the sky arbitrarily. I couldn't even believe that. I don't have my voice attack turned on. I wasn't even messing with the keyboard, so there's no way that I shut my engines off. That was just weird as hell that that sucker just plummeted. It was like I hit a sudden pocket of extreme gravity and it just said, nope, you're coming down. You and Chad were the enablers. Yep. I know, Chad's definitely an enabler. He enjoys that kind of stuff. He likes to make sure other people get in trouble. Any which way. It still sounds like you guys had an absolute blast when that was going on. So my ship wouldn't stop boosting up, and the only fix was unplugging everything. Are you talking about from your flight sticks? It just kept going? Like even mouse and keyboard, it would just keep boosting to the right. Okay. I mean, I don't know if it's maybe because the patch is getting closer and they're dedicating resources other places or what's going on, but it has seemed like the last few days, stranger and stranger things have been happening. Like even when I was low flying with you the other day, and I was in the Bandu, I was struggling because it was telling me that I was far enough off the ground height wise, and I would still clip the ground. So it was very disorienting to have that take place while we were doing the low fly that night. Now there at the end when I was done low flying, I just flew that bad boy at top speed into the ground, so didn't have any problem with that. Let's see. There's our trade facility. Alright, again, so if this trade terminal works without any glitches, we are talking a 5-minute turnaround on this. From purchase to sale. You gonna work? There it is. Now I can see it. Astatine 9, so it is capping at the max right now. So let's sell the astatine, 59,400. Alright, so this particular trade, even in a freelancer, for a 5-minute one-way turnaround time, netted 13,200 in profit. And if you can fly in and out of zones and be able to do this on a regular basis, that is going to be an absolutely fantastic sale opportunity. So, real quick, real simple, never leaving the planet, running back and forth between two locations. It's just use of hydrogen fuel primarily, and you're talking 13K every single trip. That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Now, they sell agriculture supplies and medical supplies, as well as stims here. So I'm kind of curious as to see what ArcCorp takes in return. Let's do that. Let's take a look at that. Let's go back and see what all trade ports. let's see. It's admins. Let's see, can we do a find? Include 157. Okay. Our corp. Apply the filter. No. Alright, include Damar. Right, no, Yila. That's what we want to see. What do we got? So we got 157, right? So 157, they're going to buy, or you can buy astatine chlorine. This is what you can buy. So they will take distilled spirits, medical supplies, and processed food, right? So it's not a ton, but what are we sitting on here that we can work with? Ag, medical, and processed food, right? So they will take the medical supplies. So if we were to try and turn around and do something on the flip side of this, they're only going to take a max inventory of 5,000. So this is one where you kind of get into a risky situation, but you could probably knock out, 5,000 in cargo here, and only load 50 SCU and head back. So let's try it. Let's go ahead and grab some medical supplies. We'll load up 50 SCU, knock that out, and take that back. See if this becomes a viable back and forth trade route. Let's go 50 SCU. Yeah, the refresh rate was absolutely horrible. But I'm just testing this for right now, so 78, 168, right? So obviously medical supplies are a lot more expensive. So not something I would suggest for a new person. But if you're going to run this back and forth on a freelancer and you have the cash to pull this off, that may not be too bad of an issue. So Jelly, again, the whole thought process that I had, that I was thinking of, is because of this month's subscription, and what we were all been talking about with the fact that we're going to have a lot of people out there hunting trade ships and caterpillars. They're going to be camping those primary routes. And that's why I wanted to be able to look at it and say, what are some alternatives that we can still run and make money on, right? So even this small ship stuff, it's a fantastic option, right? Get up some altitude. Yeah, it's very possible, but that's the thing. Let's say you have, 4 or 5 pilots that are all together, and all 4 or 5 pilots pull out their freelancers. Again, even if you're a ship that is coming in to attack traders at that point, 4 decent freelancer pilots can put up a significant amount of firepower back onto somebody who's trying to attack them. If you're a solo ship just trying to grief people and you come across 4 freelancers that are flying as a pack, screw that, leave them alone. You're just asking to get yourself screwed up. I mean, you don't even have to have gunners with you. 4 freelancers with, their weapons, yeah, that's a problem. And the really cool thing is when we finish this particular test, because I only loaded up with 50 SCU, right? When we finish this test, that would mean that we're not deadheading and we've got both points covered. And if that's the case, then this would be a very, very viable, quick turnaround, fast fly trade route that you could have a really good profit margin come out of. And worst case scenario here, if you look just off in the distance, that's Grim Hex, right? So if you need to go claim a ship or do something very, very quickly, or get hydration or food or anything else, you could pop directly over into Grim Hex from here and still just be a matter of a minute or a minute and a half away from being able to do anything. Alright, let's get in and get landed. Alright, moment of truth. Let's find out how well she works. Because if not, I did a no-no and I'm sitting on a crap ton of medical supplies. Let me make sure I'm out of that audio channel completely. Hey, Bob. No chatty? Not gonna be a chatty Cathy today? Ah, man. I miss my in-depth conversations with Bob. Alright, so selling, let's see, 1925, right? So we bought at 76 roughly, and we're selling at 95, and that is clearing out the entire cargo. So that's what, 18 or 19K? So Astatine's worth 13, and let's just round it down and say medical supplies is worth 19. For a total of a 10-minute turnaround time, that is insane profit on a freelancer. Oh man, I have to mark that one down. Give me a second here. Let's do Deacons. And I'll get my numbers back again. But this was... let's see... only 50 SCU. You need to make sure you got a limit there on that. But 95, 537, right? And that went back to Yela ArcCorp. Good to go. All right. So that definitely is a very, very viable setup. So I'll complete the rest of that information again at a little bit later on. But the one last one that I wanted to check out is now going to be over on Sealand. So we're going to head over to Sealand. So man, Yila's just a plethora of good financial opportunity. I mean, this is the place where I always go to mine. I get the most money out of mining off of Yila, at least with my luck. You know, this on-system or in-system just basic jump back and forth, it's a fantastic amount of money that you can make. It's just Crusader and Yila seems to be the gift that just keeps on giving in my experience at this point. I'm really digging that. But let's go check and see what Sealand has to offer, because Hicks Research Post should sell ag supplies. And if they do, Gillette Family Farms on in Sealand purchases those ag supplies. Now, the other good news here is this particular trading route and setup completely avoids Tram and Myers. So, again, I fully expect a lot of people to be out there griefing and having some and causing problems. So, if not, trying to pirate and hold you up in order to be able to make as much money as possible. So. So after this, we can kind of dig back into, back into Galag and see if there's others that we might be able to locate and see how that works. Looks like the Ion has an additional shield and cooler. Okay. Sano Crusader, just trying to catch up. So they should be interchangeable, right? Gatling or laser cannon, yeah, for me. Inferno. Yeah, man, some of those weapons, that's just... By the time some of that stuff comes out, that's just going to be... There's going to be some brutality that is able to be spread, and mayhem that's able to be spread on those things. Put a ton of rattlers on it. Jelly. I'm glad you're my friend, because I wouldn't want to have you just hanging out, lurking in the servers that I'm on, just hunting my ass down all the time. That's for damn sure. Hey, War Medic. Dude, I hadn't seen you on. Welcome back to the stream, bud. You know, all I'm hoping for is, you know, Jelly, in all honesty, all I'm hoping for, because of those size weapons, is that it doesn't shift the balance of power. I mean, it would be absolutely ridiculous that somebody could get a hold of ships like that, and then, you know, no people can't even have an opportunity to defend themselves at all. Even if it's short jumps, even if it's, you know, quick options of other things, that would just be brutal to not be able to have any way to defend yourself because of a weapon's range like that. Alright, so you can see that Bill here is way back from the terminal, which means this terminal should not work. Absolutely nothing. Completely busted. So out we go again. It's like every time I go into a new location, man, it's taking it forever for me to synchronize to it. Bill is just socially distancing. Yeah, he's channeling his inner COVID warning from the CDC. I get it. It's all good. Alright. I don't want to have to take off. We're resynchronized to our audio channel. Now hopefully if we go back in... Screw it. Leaving it open. I'm not going to sit there and mess with it any longer. It doesn't want to close. You know, there's COVID in space. Yes, you take it with you. Now, if you're Chad, you take syphilis with you everywhere you go. But, you know, we won't talk about that. See, now Bill's back at the front.
Need something?
Yes, I do. I need to know how your day is going.
I'm okay. Just working. We're done here.
You're as much of a dick as your cousin. Alright, now we're starting to see some stuff. Come on. What do you mean I don't have a location? Why is my freelancer not syncing? Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Chad, don't call me if your rash gets worse. Well, so it would be a violation of HIPAA if I was a medical professional. And it would also be a violation of HIPAA if I had true knowledge of his medical history and background. So therefore, I'm not in violation of HIPAA. And, yeah. I'll just tell you he totally doesn't have syphilis. Yep, I'm just an asshole. It's not covered by law. I got it. But, again, that's one of the reasons why Chad likes me. I'm just an asshole. I remind him of himself. Yeah, Red, I know that. It's not covered by law yet, but the reality is that if they ever truly do pass something like that, everybody's in trouble. Because you can't say anything then. Because if you happen to mention anything that could be misconstrued as a potential medical situation, you're really just screwed up. You'll basically be open for lawsuits no matter what you do to open your mouth. You could say somebody has a headache. No, seriously, dude. You could ask somebody if they have a headache, and then technically, in that case, in that scenario, with the way that that law would be written, you'd be in violation of HIPAA. Alright, now we'll close that up. Let's get back in here and try this one more time. God, these terminals today, they are just being brutal. No Chatty Cathy, you jerk. So this is really, really sad. Just trying to prove this out, and I'm going to be stubborn and bullheaded and pig-headed about it. Why? Yeah, we'll do that after I get done with this one, because ultimately what it really is I just want to get this one last trade route done here, as far as the test is concerned. So I'll fly out of the armistice zone, come back in, and try and resynchronize one more time. Trying to figure out how to make a cutlass but it'll work and upgrade to a Cutty Blue on Star Hanger. I don't know, Chad. You might actually have to melt your account to do that. I don't know if you can upgrade. Not 100% sure because I haven't looked at it yet. Okay, so I'm over 1,000. I'm way out. You know what? I'm not going to land on the pad this time. The pads seem to be giving me grief. So what if I just come in and land somewhere close to the building by itself? Very true, Jelly. That would work at any given time. So, and I'm becoming a little bit more of a fan of using the gray market here or there. I mean, obviously the few people that the one that I worked with and got my stuff squared away, but the few people that I know that have messed with it have not had any bad issues. You just got to know what it is that you're actually getting a hold of. Alright. One last time. You're still not fucking talking to me. Shinobi, hey, dude, what's going on? Yep. It might be. But I've been able to buy and sell at other locations. No, it's the server. Hands down, it's the server. I'm going to go ahead and head on up to space, and we'll do a bed log. Yeah, I'm glad you're able to pop in. So we're just testing a few trading routes. We've actually got a couple that are off the beaten path already over on Yila that make a tremendous amount of profit for a brand new pilot. Oh yeah, Red, man, Monday, oh dude, Monday's server was a beautiful server. I couldn't have asked for anything better for that challenge but to be on that server. Yeah, so Shinobi, basically what it was is, why is it? There, finally. Good lord. Yep, we're getting off this server. I'm gonna get out here to space. All right, so now I can kind of look back over. So Shinobi, you can go back and check it out if you want on the YouTube feed. But at Yila, you can go from ArcCorp 157 running Astatine. You can take a full load, and you can run it over to Deacon's research facility, still on Yila. So you're only jumping on planet. It takes about 5 minutes to be able to do the load up, get there, and sell. And you'll make about 13K profit with a freelancer on that leg. And then if you load up with, at Deacon's, 50 SCU of medical supplies and run it back over to ArcCorp Mining 157, you're going to make about another 18K profit in another 5 minutes. So by the time it's all said and done, you're making, 30 plus K profit in about a 10-minute to 12-minute run on a freaking freelancer. And at no point in time are you risking anything more than a maximum of 70K for just a few minutes at a time. It's a absolutely amazing route if you're lower on funds, have a smaller ship, and you just need to make some quick cash. The worst one, I think the worst load up was 76K to load up. Alright, 22,000 should be good. So yeah, I mean, the whole goal was to give newer traders some other options, and also to have some other options for ourselves as we run through and have to deal with, this month's, interdiction nonsense that's going to be taking place. All right, so I have no options right now to do anything with the bed. None whatsoever. Which tells me, yep, our server is fried. So in true channel fashion, this is how we make that happen. And we go back to Port Olisar. Jelly, the logout for me is always on the side. Every time. And I was holding down my F key even while I was looking up, and I still didn't get any of it. So I'm going to run down here, start my claim, and then go ahead and jump servers. Yeah, like I said, man, I held down my F key when I first got into that bed, and nothing popped up above me. So, all right, that's expedited. Now let's jump some servers. So like I said, I definitely want to get this one last test down here. Jelly shut down the comm array. War Medic, you're starting to scare me there, buddy. Multiple cats at a time running Laranite to Lorville. I have a cat and I'm thinking about buying another one, just not sure how to run it efficiently. My buddy escorts me with his Eclipse. My brother could take the other cat. Okay. So, in the current market of way things are happening there, what you need to do when you want to run multiple cats. Alright? First off, you have to get them both brought out, right? So, you go to the ship terminal and you pull it into a pad. You tell your buddy who is in your party, okay? And in this case, having another one. Basically, you have your buddy jump into your caterpillar. Now, right after you request the caterpillar and it gives you a pad number, go into your own Mobi-Glass and request that the landing services open for your friend, okay? They take and get in your caterpillar, they lift off of Lorville and head out. As soon as it pops up and says, thank you for, your stay at Lorville or whatever it is, and the ship is gone, then you request your second ship to come out. You'll run down and you'll pilot that one. Both of you meet up at a location. So let's say Besdick or Lathan. You fill up your buddy's caterpillar first. Okay? Have him fly out and head back to Lorville. You get back in your ship and you immediately lift off, fly out of the Armistice Zone. You don't have to fly far, just fly out of the Armistice Zone, come back in and land, and then you'll be able to fill up your ship. By the time you do that process, your buddy should just be landing at Lorville. Okay? So you shouldn't have 2 loads of cargo that are at risk at one time. Okay? You'll only have 1. And then once you lift off with that ship and you head back to Lorville, that's when you're going to land and you're going to go sell both loads. And then you rinse and repeat that process. Okay? Does that make sense to you? If you're by yourself, then you take 1 caterpillar from Lorville, go load it, bring it back. And when you land, don't go sell it. Go to the terminal, pull out your second caterpillar, go back and grab it, come and load it and come back to Lorville. Okay? Then you go to the trade terminals one time and sell everything at one time. It cuts a huge amount of time out of the equation if you're able to do that without having to focus on catching the trams all over the place every time you bring a single caterpillar back. So hopefully that helps you. Now, please don't forget, you are risking 1.4 million every time you do this, and your maximum earning potential with 2 caterpillars is about 670k. So if you fail or you get a 30k or something happens to you, you have multiple trips that you're going to have to make that money up again. Okay? So please keep in mind, this is not without risk. And golden rule: never trade more than half of your funds at one time. So if that means that you have to wait to load your second Caterpillar until after your buddy confirms that he has landed at Lorville, then take the extra 2 minutes and do that, okay? It's well worth it, because you don't want to have 2.8 million tied up on 2 Caterpillars and both of you 30K right there at the last second. That would suck. Alright, so I believe what we were trying to do is get back over here to Sealand and knock out this this alternate trade location. Let's see if we can confirm it. Alright, so Obi-Wan, thank you for the cheer. I very much appreciate it. So again, I hope that information helps you. Also, if Mike joins your server, don't buy Laranite. God, Xano, it only happened one time. One time. But I can counteract that whole concept there, Xano, by saying on Monday, you guys were like all about getting all over my my server. There's Tram & Myers. There's Ashburn. Where's my Hicks? There it is. There's Hicks. I do not curse you with the curse of server instability. See, so the reality is, Xano, that after I finished stream and you guys hopped onto that server, the server crashed. So really, who's the bad person in that equation? Jelly, if you see the comm link down, run. I believe, Jelly, that applies to both Xano and War Medic. Because all you're going to see is... What? No more comm link? Wait. Is that a size 9 torpedo coming at me? Yeah. These guys and their size 9 torpedoes. We're about 15 kilometers out. Let me just get a different viewpoint there. So what I'm going to do is, once I complete this trade run right here, this particular route, I'm going to go back and I'm going to get the rest of the information on that Sealand run. I'm sorry, on the rest of that Gila run. I apologize, like I said. That way I can fill out the rest of my details so that it can be posted over on the Discord. I think that little route is going to be a beautiful little golden ticket to be able to mess with. And I better pay attention so that I don't fly into a mountain. Or two. Alright, so what do you guys think? Should I avoid landing on the pads, or should I go ahead and take the smaller pad? back up to the door. Oh crap, wrong button. Dude, not cool. Yep. My server is still all wonked up. No, I mean, I legitimately came in and all of a sudden it just bolted me straight up like almost like an autopilot, but there is no autopilot out here. Let's have fun with it. Let's go ahead and try this. Turn around. Mr. Freelancer. There we go. Shift, come forward. Let's do this. Let's leave you off the ground. Just a touch. Do that. There we go. I'm still not on the ground. Let's try it. Front door delivery service.
Need something?
And William's over here talking to me. Awesome.
Yeah. Fine.
Just ignore the ship that's out front, William. It's all good. I'll get it out of the way here momentarily.
That's all.
Well, he can be impressed all he wants. I still want him just to see my ship. What is up with this location? I'm wondering if this location is just itself bugged out. That's not cool, because even on a... Now it tells me I left the freaking channel. Okay. There's personal inventory, right? Yeah, dude, this location. I don't know what's up with that. Can I make it? Yep, I can make it back on. Yeah, Jelly, it's possible that they're doing tweaks today, but I can't for the life of me understand why this location, even jumping servers, multiple attempts, I'm not getting anything from this location at all. So we're going to make a quick trip out of the Armistice Zone fully again and try it one last time. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I mean, that's just unfortunately the way that today is going to play out for this location. And that's sad. I mean, I have never had troubles loading a freelancer like this before. Xana won't work. I'm a sub, so I can't ask for. So I can ask for protection. He doesn't kill subs. You know, Jelly, you might wanna rephrase that because Xano might do it just for spite at that point. I mean, I will say this: out of all these facilities that you can go to, I do like the layout of this one. It's a little bit more spread out, has a little bit more options, but again, just not feeling the love here. I believe in your PvP skills, Jelly. Alright.
Something I can help you
Yes, you can let me make the purchase that I want to make.
with? I don't know. Same as any other day, I guess. Five.
There we go. Now you're being polite. So now is it going to work for me? So, officially, and I'll let anybody else that wants to check it out, check it out. I can only tell you that Deacons out here, or I'm sorry, Hicks research on Sealand, it appears to be completely busted. I mean, I could wait for another minute or two and see if for whatever reason it happens to give me server synchronization, but I don't think that that's going to end up panning out. It's just really jacked up, man. I think Bob's been talking to his cousin William here, and it's William's fault. We're gonna blame him. Chad, seriously? Why is it okay? That shouldn't have had any problem whatsoever. Well, I mean, yeah. Personal inventory. It almost makes me want to bring a different ship out here and just see if it's glitching to the Freelancer. But, alright, we're out. We're not going to be able to confirm that particular route. I'll have to do it another time. So, Hicks research post. Busted. Tin roof. Pretty much. He's on such a different level, I really don't think. He would need quite a handicap. Yeah, Shinobi, no, it did not work this time either. So even jumping servers and coming back out here, I'm getting the same behavior. So that, to me, that kind of tells me that this location, Hicks, is busted. It's broken at the moment. So I'll try with a different ship, but for right now, I'm gonna fly back over and I'm gonna get the details that I need to get off of the Gila run. Alright, so let's see here. I need to get the information and details from 157. I'm sorry. From Deacons running back to 157. So I want to go to Deacons research. Now, what would be really cool is if they're having system resource issues or problems right now, like this. I wonder if maybe they're doing some, they're getting ready to start running code moves and start updating PTU stuff and start progressing 3.10 through the rest of the process here. Speculation only. Not saying that it's happening. Speculation. Oh, this is going to be a vertical approach, isn't it? Oh, maybe not. All right. The vertical ones are the ones I always tend to belly flop. All right, Jelly. If he had no missiles, I might have a chance, because what he's going to do is fire Rattlers to take my shields down. I have nothing but straight hull shots. Prowler really is an OP. You know what, Jelly? Maybe that's something that we can do, is get you, me, Khakis, you know, Xano, War Medic, and Ralgoth all together again, and I'll sit back in the back and just take and do a recording, and turn it into an absolute free for all in the middle of space, and see who the last man standing is at that point. We'll have to come up with a rule set, though. Oh, no, I mean, if we're going to do it, I mean, if we're going to do something like that, then, you know, I'd say, okay, no missiles. It would have to be nothing but guns. I mean, obviously, if I'm going to record it so that we can play it on stream, then I want to make sure that it's absolutely entertaining and not just a missile fest going left and right. But I'm also down with Xano's suggestion, which is we bring out a bunch of Rattlers and we just shoot at you until you figure out how to get the hell out of the way. I'm okay with that too. As Chad put it, Happy Gilmore's puck training. Mighty Ducks goalie training. Well, but Chad, didn't they duct tape the fat kid there to the goal itself? That's how they trained him? Yeah, so I mean, anything that puts Jelly in the crosshairs, I'm okay with that. I'm totally down with that scenario. Oh, did I say that out loud, Jelly? Alright, so this is to complete out the spreadsheet. I'll leave it open. I don't care. Nobody's out here right now. So, but Chad, the reality of that statement is even if we all end up with crime stat 3 or 4s, If we're all prepped and we're all ready and we all have our cards, then we can just go out, lock down a location, and deal with it. There it goes. See, the freelancer registered this time. All right. So it was medical supplies, and because of the counts here, 1575. Let me capture my notes here. And we want to run 50 SCU because that's the maximum that the location will take for approximately 77K, right? So 77,553. And again, I'm expecting high 18s to low 19s in profit on this particular run. Why is my front landing gear off the ground? Alright, whatever. Yeah, Jelly, totally down with that option. Hell, we might even be able to pull that off on a Saturday free stream as well. I will just invite a whole bunch of people out there, get a big-ass party together, and just have a free-for-all combat day. Keep grabbing ships and keep coming out until you get, until you either want to give up or get done. Yeah, so if we just hack Sealan and then... Alright, so that's where we have to have War Medic and we have to have Xano sitting off to the sides in stealth mode. And as people come in to start messing with us, they just start dropping torps on them. But Jelly, if they're focusing on us, and they're focusing on trying to get to us, doesn't that give War Medic and Xano a leg up on being able to pop them before with size 9s before they get a hold of us? Alright, so with this route we need to go back to 157, right? So we're looking for ArcCorp 157. Fair statement. That's odd, Jelly, because I've dodged a bunch of them in this game. You do, with the sticks, you basically just have to afterburn, max throttle, drop, and then change your direction. And what I usually do is cycle both flares. So I'll chaff and then cycle and then drop flares on top of it. And change directions a couple times. And I've been lucky enough not to be, on quite a few occasions, not to get hit. And they track me very well. I have certainly tried. You know, I know I make this statement a lot, but stranger things have happened in this game. Like, Jelly, for the last week that you were unable to see any of the posts that would go through. Any of the escorts, any of the beacons, any of the missions, all that other stuff. I don't know, man. It's just something with your user account, maybe. have my throttle like way down? That's what it is. I was like, this is taking forever. Now, granted, the Prowler's also not the fastest thing that's out there, so I mean, that might have something to do with it as well. Alt F4 every time you die. Yeah. Chad, I don't know why that hits your system so badly. I guess maybe I've been fortunate. I haven't had those long death scenes like that. I think maybe once or twice. Usually mine are when I am in prison and try and get out of prison. That's where mine usually act up. Yeah, I know you've been complaining about it for the last couple of weeks, but it's just kind of weird. I think Ralgoth has the same issue, doesn't he? Let's see. So let's get the rest of these numbers here. And our sale. Okay, so medical supplies, 1925. And if we go through to sell this, we're going to sell at 94,787. All right. So that actually was a net of 17,234. So running astatine to Deacon's research facility and then running medical supplies back to ArcCorp Mining 157, you will net 30,000 in profit for just going back and forth constantly. So if you can get that knocked out 5 times with a freelancer, mind you, if you can get that knocked out 5 times within an hour, that trade route, 150,000 in profit in an hour. Dude, that's sick. That's capable of happening right now. And I guarantee you'd not have to go back for any water, you'd not have to go back for any food, you wouldn't have to go back for any hydrogen, fuel refills, or, any nonsense at that point. That's just, that's a good little trade route. Hopefully, we can find another trade route that's like that in the Hurston area, and the Arcor area. I mean, if we can figure those out for people, then good money, really good money. All right, so in interest of testing the theory, I'm going to go ahead and quickly commit suicide. I'm not going to pull the freelancer out. Yeah, Jelly, I'm thinking, but again, I haven't gone through and used the tool yet for it. What I want to do is, again, run back out to Sealand, but I'm not going to take the freelancer with me. I'm going to take a completely different ship. And let's see if it's the freelancer that's having the issue, or if it's realistically the Hicks Research Outpost. So what do I have that's available to me? Come on, show it to me. I know you're there. 600i. We'll take the 600i out there. Yep, I'm going to be a fancy pants trader right now. You know, Drake is the down in the dirt knuckle dragger, you know, no frills trading vehicle, but we're going to take the 600 out and just see if we can get it to load. It is still, you know, it's still such an absolutely beautiful design. You know, Origin just makes beautiful ships. It doesn't take 10 minutes to board this thing. It's actually less time to board this than it is to get onto a reclaimer or to get into but truthfully, the Caterpillar. But it does need to give me my seat option. Usually won't run around the ship drooling. Yeah, I tend to run around the ship drooling a lot, but I have a glandular problem, Chad. Thank you for pointing that out. I really feel loved at the moment. That you would bring my drooling into you know, into conversation. Like I said, it's definitely worth the test. I just want to see if the whole location is just flat out bugged. Alright, let's see now. So, Sealand, Hicks Research. Oh, that's Yela. Why am I looking at Yela? I don't want Yela. I want Sealand. Where is Hicks Research? There it is. Down at the bottom. Alright, let's see. Jellyhead. Damn moderator. Okay. I brought up your syphilis, so I don't think we're quite even yet. All right. So let's not forget about my porn addiction, my midget strippers and hookers addiction, that my crack habit leaves me giving hand jobs for for funds. Yeah, I can go ahead and throw all that out there, Chad. Does that help you? That make you feel better? Or did I take your and steal your thunder? Let's see. Pirate's gonna be drooling, seeing it. Yeah, probably. Allow. All right. So, full disclosure, I don't have a ball gag and gimp suit. And this is not one of those moments where I'm going to issue a challenge to say, um, you know, if we have a donation that I will buy a ball gag and gimp suit. That's not happening. Will never happen. I'm going to leave my chat message deal up here so I can see what the moderators are kicking back. I'm going to loosen those restrictions, guys. The lie detector determined that that was a lie. Dude, I seriously do not have one. Now, if you ask Boba Fett if he has one, that might be a little bit different. I'm pretty sure he's got one. I've met that kid and his wife. They totally have it. You know, I'm pretty sure they got a swing in the bedroom. You know, I'm pretty sure they've got, you know, their own version of a little red room. Now, Boba Fett, the question is do your ball gags have, like, you know, the Walmart smiley face on them, or is it just a straight up 8-ball? You know, that's kind of the question. Dude, you are going slower. You're going faster than I can get. He wears the ball gag while dressed as Cluck Nasty. Jesus Christ. Chad. I actually wanted to go exit the ship, not lower deck. Come on. Let me out. Somebody takes it, they takes it. Whatever. So if we still cannot see product here, then I'm just going to say that this location is just bugged. No, so Red Dragon, it's just basically what it is I think that there's a sexual nature filter that is still applied that I did not turn off, because it seems to be that all of the keywords that are highlighting are of some form of sexual nature. And that's probably what's causing the issue right now. So between you and Chad, we're struggling on, being able to see anything or get stuff to come through. There's always one with an eye, so we can be in Pan's Labyrinth. Oh my good lord. Called the store and said, give me the cock suit, and they accidentally sent him the chicken suit. You've never made a sexual remark in your life. Red, I am going to call you a liar, sir. This is the first time and the only time that I will tell you that you are absolutely full of it, and that is not the case. Because everything, if junior high taught me nothing, everything you say, every word that comes out of your mouth can be misconstrued as a sexual comment. Sigmund Freud proved it. My junior high years proved it. Pretty much anything you can say will be construed as a sexual comment. All right. So I'm just going to say it. It's confirmed. This location, the Hicks Trading location or Hicks Trading Outpost, busted. Terminals, no matter what you bring out here, no matter what ships you do, what techniques you try, it is not going to give you a single thing that it'll let you purchase and do. So it's good to know. We have to take this one off of the list. So, broken terminals. I'll have to come back and check that out at a completely different time. But, in the meantime, hold on. Let me get back over there to my chat log so I can see when the moderator's going to kick in. So, here's where we're at. Let's take, and for argument's sake, let's see if we can find something that is not in the Crusader world or area. So, let's go to trade ports. What do we want to look for? Well, the remaining time that we have, and I'm not going to make the trip across the galaxy, right? But I just want to see if there's anything that fits that exact same type of setup here. So let's talk about ArcCorp. We've got Lyria and Walla. So let's go to Walla and see what we have available to mess with. Suck it, moderator. Penis vagina. Okay. It wouldn't be a stream if we didn't have everybody on there trying to beat the moderator. I mean, that's really what I want to get known for, is that, you know, come in, see if you can beat my moderator. That's fantastic. All right. So, if we have apply those filters. So we know we've got a couple of different mining facilities that we can work with, right? So we're looking for locations that are here that can sell medical supplies, stems, processed food, right? Ah, don't do this to me. There we go. Nope. It's going to be all... Looks like it's just going to be nothing but mineable goods. So diamond, tungsten, and waste. $0.45. Yep. So nothing but minerals. So let's check what Samson and Son says that they have. Chlorine scrap. Okay. So nothing here from Wallace's perspective, right? So let's check Lyria. Trade ports include Lyria. And let's see. So a couple of other things sitting out here. Obviously, we have, you know, the Shubin facility. We have a couple of things that are here. So all this looks like it's primarily going to be, again, mines. Can't get a hold of anything but material. Let's go to the reserves. Nothing again but material. Sorry for all the flipping here, but we're just trying to take a look at what we can get a hold of at this location. They'll buy a bunch of stuff, but they're not selling anything that's worth trying to run. Shubin. Again, barrel and quartz. So all minerals. Really not a good option here. All minerals. So Lyria doesn't seem to have the option to pull anything either. That's sad. Anything on Arcor proper? I mean, you know, nothing, right? Yeah, that's kind of sucks. No, there's absolutely nothing you could do. Now, I mean, you could run material in and out of there and make money, but you're still going to have to do some long flights to make that happen, which means that there's nothing worth a damn to try and pull that off. And obviously here in Delamar, there's not going to be anything worth a damn to try and pull that off either, because all you've got is Levski, right? So, we'll have to do the same exercise. I'm not going to do it on today's stream because we're actually coming up here towards the end. But I'd have to do the same exercise out here at Hurston and see what's worth a damn. Obviously, there are a whole crap ton of locations and things that I would have to explore through, but I don't want to click one by one to make those happen. You know, we know that Ariel is out. We know that Ida is out because they just basically have very minor locations. So we'll have to play around with it and figure it out and see if it does pan out. Because the only other one that I would think of is the possibility, because of the rehabilitation center here and the first aid center. You know what? Since it's only this location, let's take a look at it. Let's look at Aberdeen. Let's see what we can pull off from an Aberdeen perspective, right? So trade ports include Aberdeen, right? Really? It's just going to show me Anderson and Norgard? There's nothing you can do at the rehabilitation center or the flats? It must just be box drop-offs. Good morning or afternoon, Teen Nova. And, dude, I was glad to see you hop on the other night. I'm not really doing a challenge today. Realistically, today was about trying to find some alternate locations. The rehab is the prison. Okay, fair enough. So that means that this location's out as well, because all I'd be dealing with then is potentially just minerals. Right? Yep. So it looks like the only place that you're going to have the option to do this kind of running with smaller ships is sitting out here in the Crusader zone. Okay. Nova. Quick. Got it. The challenge went well. I think we completed with about, what was it, 20 minutes, 25 minutes to spare. So fully hamstrung, although we were on a good server, fully hamstrung by not being able to use the free freelancer, only being able to do those couple of missions in order to get some funds together, and using the Mustang Alpha and trying to limit everything to just doing nothing but trades. We still hit the 100K before the stream was over with. We ended up at 110,000, and I think we had about 20 minutes or so left on stream. So it was successful. That and the ship giveaway that we did, Team Nova, that game package itself went to a new player who was on during Free Flight Week, but he himself did not have an account. So you know, it's good to go, and he's got his new package, and he stopped by stream earlier. He may still be lurking, but he had stopped by stream earlier to say thank you, and you know, it was a good time. It was a real good time. So I know we're right here at the tail end, guys, and it's probably a couple minutes before I would normally go ahead and shut down the stream. But again, I'm not going to start flying and bolting around all over the place and doing other things when I've only got a few minutes left. So I'll just simply say I appreciate everybody for being here. You know, I appreciate the bits donation that took place a little bit earlier today, and or the cheers that came in. And just so that you are aware, I do have a new tracker, and I think you've probably seen it throughout the entire thing. It is, in full disclosure, very difficult to get a hold of capital ships when they come out. So there is, and they are extremely expensive, and you have to buy them directly from the websites. You cannot purchase them from the gray market because of the value that's sitting behind them. So there is a donation tracker that is set up for the next few months until SIG hits their annual sell, and that's what I'm targeting at this point. Any donations that are put in, I will say this: make sure you tag it and say that this is for the capital ship. That way, I reserve those funds to the side to go for a capital ship purchase. Because the moment they open up and they are sitting on the website, I will be making that purchase as long as I do have the money to be there. Team Nova, there is a gray market situation that if the ship itself on SIG, and Jelly, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but if the ship itself on the website, the RSI website, is more than $1,000 to purchase, you cannot sell it or gift it on the gray market. Okay? You can gift or sell the upgrade portion of it, but you cannot sell or gift the actual ship. So that means that all capital ships, because of the price that is involved with them, you have no access to be able to buy them on the gray market. So they are limited quantity, and you can only get them directly from RSI. You can just buy the account. Icarus sells on the gray market. Fair enough, Red. I didn't ever look at it from that standpoint. I'll go back and dig into that, and let's see what's happening there. But I'll have to see what they have available to us, and that may change the donation tracker itself. But I do want to be able to make sure that by the time everything's said and done, that the overall org does have a capital ship to work with as we get later into future content. So, Red, I will take a look at that and see about what that option is for us. And I wasn't kidding, man. I'm going to reach out to you. I'll probably shoot you a message through Twitch on the day trading stuff. It's something that's always, interested to me, but it's something that I've never jumped into yet because I just didn't understand detail enough information about how to read the market to make that happen in real life. So I'll reach out to you and kind of pick your brain there, bud. Zano, yeah, I love you, brother. But it's probably very true. Here's a capital ship. It doesn't belong on a planet. Let's land it there anyway. Harshed. So, all right, guys. Y'all have a good one, and again, do want to say thank you very much.